time for the obscure word of the day. You don't have to be stupid anymore. Today's obscure word is contronym. Now, you've probably heard of a synonym, especially if you've seen the defenestration episode, and I bet you've heard of an antonym. That's two words that mean the opposite. But a contronym is a word with two meanings, not in and of itself a rarity, but those two meanings are the opposite of each other. What manner of devilry is this? A word that means the opposite of itself? Well, it's not as uncommon as you might think. Take, for instance, the word out. The stars are out. That means we can see them. They're lit up. But a light in your house, if it's out, that means it's off. How does this happen? Well, words evolve. For instance, culturally, the word dollop in the UK means a large amount. In the United States, it tends to mean a small amount. So different groups of people evolve them differently. And the list of contronyms grows all the time. Take, for instance, as far as I know, what is literally the newest contronym. The word literally. See, historically, the word literally has been a clarifier. It let people know that you're not joking around, that you're not engaging in hyperbole, that you're not exaggerating or fibbing or doing a bit or being satirical or any of that. This is a fact. This is the literal truth. But a lot of clarifiers turn into intensifiers, either by mistake or wordplay. So, for instance, if you wanted to say something was the worst, or if somebody was literally Satan, they wouldn't literally be Satan. And I think most people through context know that's true. So that would have been an abuse of the term. But thanks to wordplay, or possible just people not quite knowing the definition of literally and through context mistaking how it was used, it has come to mean figuratively. Some people, some grammar Nazi type folks who don't like the evolution of words, took a lot of offense to that. They really thought people who used literally wrong were the devil. Really. As in the word real. As in, this is truth. These people truly thought they were the devil. Now, the word real started out as a clarifier, but has become an intensifier, like the word literally has newly become, which could be very confusing. Very, the word very. Let's see, the word very. Probably Middle English, by way of French Anglo-Saxon, by way of the vulgar Latin, by way of Latin for veras, which means truth. Another clarifier that means I'm not joking around. That literally has come to mean, hey, yeah, I'm doing a bit here, I'm intensifying things. Now look, if you don't like the evolution of language, and if you don't like that literally is now a contronym, you don't have to use it that way. But if you call people out on it now, you're the one who's wrong. I mean, language evolves, like I said. Lexicographers don't write language. They just transcribe it. Language doesn't come from the ivory towers, it comes from the people. So, if enough people use the word turnt often enough, the word turnt turns up in the dictionary. It's the way it goes. Vocabulary is completely democratic, and it's always your choice whether you use it or not. You don't have to. So if you literally hate literally, well, don't use adverbs at all. E.B. White, the guy who wrote The Elements of Style, said that adverbs were the leeches in the pond of prose that suck the blood from words. Now, if he could make you cry in that story about the spider and the pig without the use of adverbs, you'll get by. After all, an adverb is an admission that something isn't all it could be. To say something is really big is to deny that it's not quite as big could be. So, whether you choose to use literally both ways or not, just know that contronyms are out there waiting. And they were the word of the day. We'll see you every day of the quarantine, as long as we're able.
Tim Stotts is a qualified wordman. Please don't dispense definitions unless you actually know them and their context.
That's the obscure word of the day, and you've just been learned.